Okay, so we've got a question here. It says expand the brackets and simplify this expression here. 3x over 7 times 2a minus 3 in brackets, and then we add another term which is a over 5 times 5 minus a in brackets. So to expand the brackets, basically what it means is we try and write this with our brackets in it. So to do that, the term outside the brackets, we distribute it with everything in the brackets. That means multiply it. So 3x over 7 we times by 2a, and we also multiply it by the minus 3. Then the plus sign means we have to stop there. That's by the rules of big maths. So that will stay as one part of the question. Then the next bit, we'll try and expand out the brackets on this one separately. So a over 5 times 5 and a over 5 times minus 5a. That's our goal for this part of the question. So let's go with that. 3x over 7, that's our term outside the brackets, multiplied by 2a. And I like to write that as 2a over 1. So that's my first bit. Now I've got a minus sign, so I write minus, then 3x over 7 will now be multiplied by the 3, which I write as 3 over 1. So that's my minus sign here, from here, and that 3x over 7 times 3. That takes care of all that. Then the rules of big maths will ensure that I have the correct answer at the end, so long as I follow those rules. Then this plus sign will come down. I've just written that there ready. And now I need to start distributing this term with these two. So now a over 5 times 5, which I write as 5 over 1. And then minus a over 5 times 5a, which I write as 5a over 1. Okay, now before we move on, I need to try and see if there's any cross cancelling I can do. 3x and 1 I can't, 7 and 2a I can't. Same here, 3x and 1 and 3 and 7, nothing I can do. Here I've got an a and a 1, that's in its lowest form already. But here I've got a 5 and a 5, 5 divided by 5 is 1. So they can just become 1s. And then on this next term, I've got a and 1, that has to stay. I've got 5 and 5a, so the coefficients, I could do 5a divided by 5, that will just cancel out to being just a. So they will become 1s. Okay, now let's simplify this off. So if I multiply my numerators and divide by the multiplication on my denominators of this term, because a minus sign here says that's the only two terms I could multiply together for now. So I've got 3x times 2, which will give me 6x. So let's write that. 3x times 2 is 6x. And then I've got an a here, so I have to write x times a. And then divide that by the multiplication in my denominator, which is 7. So that's that term. Now bring the minus down, so that will go there. And now I have to evaluate what this is. So multiply out the fraction. So my numerator, 3x times 3, is going to give me 9x. 3 times 3 is 9 and an x. And 7 times 1, that is 7. Okay, plus sign, that's going to come down. And now I've got a times 1 divided by 1, so that's just plus a over 1. That takes care of all of that term. And now I've got another minus sign, so that will come down and put minus. And now I've got a times a, which is a squared. But 1 times 1 is 1, so a squared over 1. Okay, now if there's any simplification here I could do, well, a squared is one term. It's not the same as a over 1, so they're not like terms. 9x and 6xa, they've got this x is the same, but there's no a in this one, so these aren't like terms either. So I could write my final answer as 6xa over 7 minus 9x over 7 plus a minus a squared. And that I'm going to declare as my simplest answer. Okay.